Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Rapaya Al. Come back at you with another video epistle / lesson through the spirit and power of the Heavenly Father, through His only begotten Son. Quick, impromptu. All right. First and foremost, before I get this video epistle / lesson started, I want to face the east and say and give all praises and honor to the Heavenly Father and to His only begotten Son. And say, Kohaloyim wa kabadla Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai Bahasham Racha Kodash. Next double honors to the elder apostles, bishops of Great Millstone, who will well teach you the truth. Peace, blessings, and citations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Yasharala, man. Shalom labachrim shal Yasharala, which means peace of the nation, or peace of the elect of Israel, rather. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, man. All right. And, just, another quick impromptu lesson, man. I'm going to start here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, I'll read 13, verse 2. My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. Yeah, man. And, this damn devil, Esau, Edom, so-called self-proclaimed white man, starting with their top elite banking families, they've done all these things, man. They've done evil, so now harm is coming unto them. Right? They've been unjust. They haven't departed the unjust. They've upheld and praised the unjust. All right? And now, their iniquity is being made bare and manifest, man. All right? And they've sowed, more than sevenfold, man, of unrighteousness, man. And they're gonna reap them. They're gonna reap them tenfold, man. Double. Really, they're gonna reap them many times more, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the scriptures in Jeremiah real quick. There you go. Oh, actually, no. It's Revelation. Revelation, the 18th chapter. Started the first verse. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every clean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, man, all these other nations, they make bank off of Babylon the Great, man, which is the United States of America in the scriptures, man. That's what it prophesied, man. It's talking about the United States of America. And they've drunk the wine, which is her, her philosophies, her doctrine, man, her beliefs. What America says is right and was righteous and was good to do. These other nations have followed after them and realized that, that is not profitable, that is not good, man. They've destroyed, a lot of their morality in their in their countries, man, following after America, right? This is Jeremiah 51:7. This is talking about the same Babylon, man. All right, I'm starting at 5. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power. And the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Tazabawath, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, man, even though we sinned greatly and, broke the covenant that Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, had with us, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he hasn't forsaken us, man. We're the apple of his eye, man. He said he can't ever forget us, man. He has our names written in his palms, man. Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, of Yahweh's vengeance, man. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, man, they were enchanted by, Babylon the Great's enchantments, by, their words, by the things that, beliefs and whatnot that Babylon the Great, pushed into the earth, that vibration. And, now these nations, outside of money, they have no monetary, they have no benefit of dealing with Babylon, of associating with Babylon the Great, man. And even the money, that's going to be the last thing to go, really, and then once they have no way to really benefit off her financially anymore, because financially this place is going to go to hell, man. The dollar is going to be weak as hell, man, and lose so much power that they're not going to have any no reasons to keep Babylon the Great afloat, man. You know what I mean? They're not going to have any man, any reason to. And when it says flee out of the midst of Babylon, that means don't do according to her ways, man. That's what it means. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, man. It's not literally me. Oh, well, yeah, let's go get on a boat and fucking leave and go somewhere else. Let's take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. Like, no, it's to take your mind out of the world, man. That's ruled by this devil and his stronghold, which is Babylon the Great, man. And set your heart upon good things, man. Keep up your treasures in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your eyes single for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and leaving from the ways of Babylon the Great, man. You know what I'm saying? And doing was profitable. It was profitable according to the scriptures, man. Speaking of which, was profitable, so we know. Like I said, it's going to be real prompt. I'm just on a quick little break. All right? Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Yeah, man, that's how we gonna find rest, man. Going back to the old ways, man. The people think that the scriptures, the Bible, is an archaic book and it's old school, and the patriarchy, and it says men should be above women and women should be subject to their man. That's old. That shit ain't working. This, that, and the third. No, we need to do some new shit. Nah, man. This new, Babylon the Great has been the pioneer of new bullshit in the earth, and we see where it's at, man. Every major empire Every major empire lasts for roughly 250 years, man. And Babylon the Great is no different, man. All right, let me see if I could. What if I just go to ChatGPT real quick? See what it says. How long does the average empire last before it falls? Let's see what it says. Historians don't agree on a single number, but many studies of historical empires show a rough average lifespan of about 200 to 300 years before major decline, fragmentation, or transformation. So ChatGPT says 300, right? Why 250 often appears. Some stories not universally accepted observe a cycle of empire rise, expansion, consolidation, and prosperity, overextension, internal strain, and decline or transformation. Yeah, you're now at the you're past the overextension part. The overextension part was in the 80s and 90s, going into the early 2000s, especially with Cuba, going into Iraq, Afghanistan. That was the overextension. Now you're at internal strain and decline and transformation, man. This is where we're at now, according, and this is just ChatGPT. We take it with a grain of salt, but this is true though. We're in the middle of internal strain, corruption, inequality, and this whole time, from why it was corruption the entire time. All right, you're in the middle of corruption, inequality, political conflict, and decline and transformation. It's just a torch being, like the Olympics with a baton. It's not like one has to hit a point and then the other starts. Nah, man, the other is already running, waiting, just not running as fast for the baton, to get the baton so it can run full speed. Decline and transformation is already running, and internal strain is behind it. Just handed the baton. So internal decline and transformation about to take off, man. You know what I mean? And it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right. I'm going to read this and end it here. Jeremiah 6:21. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. The neighbor and his friend shall perish, man. And yeah, man, you can apply that today, because there's many stumbling blocks that's in this truth, man. The name of the Lord and the Son is a stumbling block, man. You know, talking about World War III is a stumbling block. MOTB, which is the MARK to the CHIP, man. You know, that CHIP, they're trying to get you to put in your hands, and also the brain CHIP. That's a stumbling block. That Israelite men can have multiple wives. That's a stumbling block. And concubines, you know. Even what you call it, man? Slovakia. I just had another point, man. Regardless, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a stumbling block. Okay? You know that we're supposed to keep the law, that we the Israelites first and foremost. You know, that's a stumbling block. And you know, hey, you better pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. He gives you the Rakak, you know, to see and to discern between what's a truth and a lie, man. And not only that, but for you to discern between who are the Lord's servants and who are not his servants, man. Malachi 3 and 18. You know. But like I said, this is, you know, impromptu break lesson. You know, got to go back to the plantation. Yahweh Tazah, Lord willing, you know, this is edifying and fed your spirit. All right. In closing, I want to face east and give all praise and honor to the Heavenly Father and to his only begotten Son, and say, Call Elohim, wa Kabadla, Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahak Badash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well, to teach well, who taught me this truth. Shalom as well. And honors as well to you elders and brethren who are across the four corners of the earth, who give diligence to make your calling election sure, study to show yourself approved, and teach this truth, man, in truth and sincerity, and teach this word and this gospel and this doctrine, man. Regardless of people here, forbear, keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith. Shalom as well to you few sincere, hopeful like sisters, man, all right? Key word, few, all right? May the blessing of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai be upon you and upon your houses, all right? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Chakwadash, Brakathum, Akalathum, you know, may Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai bless all of you. All right, I'm your brother Payal, and Yahweh Azza, Lord willing. See you again next time. Shalom.